And then you're going to also see elements of 6 that are remaining. You'll see the Purge that is here, and the remaining of the Lords of Rust that are here. And they have their normal toughness 5 for being Nurgle. And then you will actually see Death Guard members. And remember, guys, these guys have a 4-up, feel no pain. They're here. This is not all the elements. There's several more, but I started running out of room. So they will be coming in at the end. Monica just dropped dice, don't worry about it. And this is going to be the Imperial forces that are here to defend. And they're getting ready to rock and roll. This is going to be turn 1. And because they're entering into the Imperial forces are going first to retaliate against the invaders. Turn 1 for the Imperial side coming up. So hey guys, that was the end of turn 1, and as you can see, so we had the snipers, this unit of wolves, as well as the front units here had shot at the demonic forces and actually killed quite a bit. So I'm putting them to the side so you can see their kills. And then this unit here, these basically represent a unit of salamanders that came to help to assist their brethren who are attacking, and they have were able to kill a few of the demonic forces. And this Ultramarine unit here was able to kill a few, and this Dreadnought was able to kill one guy. And then on this other side, this Dreadnought assaulted this unit of Death Guard and killed one guy with his power fist. And then the unit champion over here tried to attach it with his melter bomb, but he missed, so he was unsuccessful. So there you guys have it for turn 1. Oh, also to let you guys know, when it comes up to the demonic side, there are 3 heralds on the table, so they can basically pull from the warp, as also with the strength of the actual monolith that's on the planet. D6 plus 2 plague bearers can return. And for every herald that dies, that is reduced. So if a herald dies, it'd be D6 plus 1. If another herald dies, it'd just be D6. And if that last herald dies, they can't regenerate anymore. And also, the plague bearers no longer have feel no pain. So, but that was into turn 1 for the Loyalist side. Here comes the Chaos side, turn 1. So guys, that was the end of the Chaos side of turn 1. And the heralds were able to generate 5 guys. And then they started making their advancement. So over here, these guys can't go over the wall because it's not within, but the other guys could on the other side. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. So this Dreadnought here is still holding these guys up. He killed one more member of the Death Guard, but the champion still failed to be able to attach the melter bomb to him, so they're still hanging in there. This Beast of Nurgle has 1 wound left due to the shooting and the combat, and so they're stuck right in here. So it's been pretty interesting in this, and actually none of the Marines died when the Beast attacked back, which was pretty interesting. For here, the Herald, he killed, basically wiped out several. He killed 2 Marines by himself, and then his unit killed out the rest. And as you can see, they had to retreat, but were not caught. And then you will see where this Herald basically challenged their unit champion and killed him. And then there was others that as well that died, and there was 1 member survived, and he actually rolled double 1, so he survived that attack. This Dreadnought here is holding up this unit and slowly killing one at a time. And then this this Death Guard unit here had fought, and they killed several of the wolves, but the wolves are holding firm. And here in this challenge here, these guys are actually in a different position, so they were actually able to make their charge, the Assault Marines. And the snipers killed 2 guys with their Overwatch, and also killed 1 more guy in combat. And one of the snipers as well had died, so they're tied in combat. So there you guys have it for the Chaos side. They're still pressing forward, and the Loyalist side is still preparing themselves to repel the invaders. It is their turn to attack the Chaos side. Turn 2 coming up. Okay guys, for turn 2 for the Loyalist side, you can see that there was a close combat that was here. Um, this Nurgle unit was able to kill 2 snipers, but the snipers were able to make their leadership. And this Nurgle unit here basically wiped out these wolves. This Dreadnought here killed another Plague Bearer. And this assault unit here basically wiped out all of the bearers in front of them. The Herald had finished off that remaining Space Marine. And you can see here that this Herald champion had killed the leader of these veterans. And he only had 1 wound left due to shooting. But he was too much for the veteran. But the veterans here, they basically wiped out almost all the Plague Bearers in front of them. Same thing here, unfortunately, happened to this champion for the veterans. He also was killed by the Herald, but his unit wiped out the remaining Plague Bearers. And this unit here of Loyalists was able to finally kill the beast that was in front of them. And the Dreadnought, as well as the Wolves, had engaged into this unit of Plague Bearers and was able to kill more than they had died. And that was the end for the Loyalist side. Stay tuned for the chaos for retaliation. Hey guys, so that was the turn 2 for the chaos side, and they really pounded the Loyalists. So you can see where the Wolves and the Plague Marines, they basically evened out. And this actual Loyalist unit, they were actually able to really pound into the Plague Bearers and receive no wounds. But it was the Beast of Nurgle who really started to pound into these veterans who had to be chased off. But they were able to kill one of the Heralds. But this other veteran squad nearly died to the man. There's only 2 of them left. And this Herald here is really causing a problem. He's really killing off things in abundance, as well as the other Herald. Between those 2, they nearly killed this whole unit by themselves. So this needs to be addressed immediately. And the assault squad that was up here, they got assaulted by the Plague Bearers, or excuse me, the Plague Marines here from the side. And with their Veteran of the Long War plus their Plague Knives, who lets them reroll wounds, it was a sad day for them. And there's still on this side, that's still ongoing combat. So that was the turn for the Chaos side. Oh, and also they was able to generate 7 more Plague Bearers. And the rest of, you see in the rear is the rest of the second company who is here in full force. So it's not looking too good for the Loyalist side this time. But I think the Loyalists are now going to have to address this Herald issue. It's really turning the tides of this battle. Stay tuned for the Loyalist side, turn 3. So for turn 3 for the Loyalist side, you can see that in the combat phase, you will see where this Nurgle assault force was finally able to wipe out all except 1 of the snipers who actually was able to flee. You will see the Space Wolf unit here was shot into this Nurgle, into the Death Guard Nurgle unit, killing 2 guys. But when it actually came to the combat phase, it was actually able to do nothing. And the Death Guard was able to kill 2 of the Space Wolf brethren. But the Space Wolves are able to pass their leadership test, and they're holding firm. For this combat, this Space Wolf unit here was assisting this Ultramarine unit against this Death Guard. And they were able to kill 2 guys, but one of the Wolf brothers actually died, and they're still holding form here. During the shooting phase, the 3 Dreadnoughts were able to shoot into the demonic forces, killing several of their members, including the frogs. But you can see that there are no more Nurgle Heralds, and the reasons for this is that both of these Rune Priests had the banishment rule, which was in another mission. So to recap what that actually means is that if they pass their leadership, they're able to banish a demonic force or forces based on 2d6 or an individual model. So in this case, they were able to banish both the heralds. The heralds needed 4 up to prevent that from happening due to the strength of the monolith, but they both failed. And you can see in the corner, both those 2 heralds are now being banished. So that greatly reduced the strength of the demonic forces. And then this veteran unit here had double tapped into the Beast of Nurgle along with the Dreadnoughts, and they were able to kill out this unit of Beast of Nurgle, including the Salamander unit who also helped assist. This Ultramarine unit was actually able to finish off the Plague Bearers here, and this has still been an ongoing struggle. The Dreadnought plus the Wolves are able to kill 2 of the Death Guard members, but they're still holding firm. So there you guys have it for that turn. The Loyalists were able to turn the tides a little bit on the demonic forces, but the demonic forces are about to retaliate. We'll see what happens on their turn 3.